biohazard.
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 Thank you, Danny, for letting us interview you today and learn about the story behind Biohazard.
I appreciate it. Let's do it.
Was the team name always Biohazard?
Originally, we were Team Edge, and then in 1992, my Uncle Dale decided to change the team name to Biohazard.
What year was Biohazard founded?
1992.
Who found Biohazard?
Dale Markham, he was my uncle.
Where was the team founded?
The field was called the Tactical Edge in Winter Haven, Florida.
Has the jersey for Biohazard changed over time?
The jerseys changed about 4 times that I can remember.
Hi, I'm Saoirse. I'm one of Biohazard's D6 players. I just started playing with them this year.
How you got into paintball?
So my husband plays paintball, and I was like, hey, that looks pretty fun. I could shoot some paint at some people. And so I started coming with him, and I was like, I really enjoyed it. So I started just coming more and more. And then we were like, hey, we should join a team. So here we are.
Why do you choose Biohazard as a team?
So when I was looking around at teams to pick, there was a couple things I wanted. I was new, so I really wanted a team that would try to develop me. And Biohazard is super good about taking new players and working to develop them so they can be the best player for who they are. Another thing was being family friendly. I wanted a place where I would feel comfortable, and if sometimes I had to bring the kids along, I would feel comfortable with them being in the environment too. And Biohazard was a great fit for that.
And how you feel about the next MVPS?
I'm feeling good. So this last MVPS for our D6 line, it was our first MVPS, and we made it out of prelims. And I think for our first MVPS, I was pretty pumped about that. So I have high hopes for this next MVPS that at the minimum, we make it to Ochos and then see how it goes.
Good. Hello, my name is Jalen. I play for Biohazard on the D5 line. So I started playing with Biohazard back in April of 2023. And the reason I started playing with them is when I first started playing, I played at the field Markham Paintball. So Danny was the owner of the field and the team, so it was only the right fit for me. So playing with Biohazard, like from what everybody else has been saying, it's like a family here. So they make you feel very welcome. They don't. If you were to do bad during the point, they won't, berate you about it. They'll teach you how to get better at what you did, and they'll let you know what you did wrong, but not in a horrible way. It's all about progression. So before I started playing paintball, I was a very shy and timid kid, but with being around so many other different people from not just from my team, but from different teams that we play against, it's really helped me come out of my shell a lot.
So when I first started playing, like I said, we only had 10-man back then. There wasn't 7-man or 5-man or any of that kind of stuff. And I've actually got to witness the evolution of this game as it pertains to how tournaments are done now compared to how they were back then. Originally it was Hyperball 10-man, then it went to Airball 10-man. And the way the Airball looked, it was actually like this. That's how big the snake was back then. And in this picture is actually somebody that you guys are very familiar with, Dan Holliday, who plays for Tampa Bay Damage. One of the guys in this picture is him. When we used to do the breakouts for 10-man, it kind of looked like this. We were all over the place. We didn't really have coaches. We just kind of went for it. So, and we knew each other. We were all related. We were all like cousins, brothers and sisters, and paintball became our family tradition. When you turned 10 years old, the first thing that happened to you is Dad would take you to the field and shoot you in the back. If you started crying, you couldn't play. You had to man up and take it. So as long as I've been playing, my Uncle Dale that founded Biohazard, this was actually one of his first guns. This is a Tipman Pro carbine, and every hopper that he ever had, he put a handicap symbol on the side of his hopper for every tournament he ever played, and everybody knew where he was on the field. He gave this to me when he passed the team on to me, and I've kept it for all these years. Our pods back then all had the biohazard symbol on them, and they mostly look like this. This one's still in perfect working order. It still opens and closes, and I don't actually use it on the field because I don't want it to be ruined. And then this is Dale's original JT mask. This is all hard pieces and his original lens. There's even a fan in here that he used to keep the fog out of his regular glasses that he wore underneath his mask. I thought you guys would find that pretty neat.
Hello, I am Mark Emmerich, and I play for Biohazard Paintball on the D5 line. And I got into the sport originally. I never knew it had a competitive side to it. I would always come as a younger kid for birthday parties at Marker Mall Paintball when Danny owned the field in Winter Haven, Florida. And I would play every single year, and I really enjoyed it. And once I found out that it was a competitive sport, I went up to Danny and I said, hey, I'm really interested in playing for the team. I would love to come out and try. He said, you know what, come out one Sunday and I want you to play 1 point. Came out that Sunday and I ended up bunkering him with his own gun. And from that day forward, I just kept coming every Sunday, and here we are. Playing for 2 years now, going on 3. And for this next MVPS, I think that we're gonna do phenomenal. You know, each day we improve, and whenever we, do something that we don't mean to, or we mess up on something, we have our teammates there to point out our flaws, and we constantly improve on it. And I think this next MVPS is going to be a smash for us.
All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Victor, and obviously, I'm the funny guy on the team. And I joined Biohazard like a year ago or something. And I started off as a rec ball player, and I was just playing around at Danny's field, did not know anybody. And after, days of playing, Mark, that guy right there, I met him on his birthday. Danny invited me. He was like, hey, do you want to go to Mark's birthday? I'm inviting you. And I was like, sure. And I went, and then I met him, and then I've been playing with him for a little bit, and he's like, you should come to practice with us. And I was like, and I was scared. And I went to practice. Jalen, he threatened to shoot me. It scared the crap out of me. And then my very first speedball point, I was scared, very nervous. I was shaking, and Mark was there to calm me down. And I actually ended up doing pretty good. I didn't get anybody out, but I made it to D1 off the break, which is where he told me to go. I didn't get anyone out, but I didn't die either, and I ended up shooting. It was awesome, and then I started coming to practice. And also that same day, we were doing 1v1s, and my very first 1v1 was Amanda. I got absolutely crapped on. I got split in half. And then after that, I started practicing, and I never thought that I would meet people in paintball like I have now. I thought I was going to be playing paintball by myself, and I ended up joining an awesome team with people that actually care about me, that don't take advantage of me, and I give back to them. And then it just came on. We started playing tournaments. My very first tournament, I did so well, and then I was sent to the snake side. It wasn't really a snake, but it was a start. Then I started doing very good in the snake, and now I'm the snake player. There's a bunch of clips of me I went to 50 off break sometimes, and even though last tournament we did doo-doo, we still had our time, and then we did the flying V, and then I did this a couple times, and then y'all should totally follow me on TikTok and YouTube and Instagram, RX Paintball. I'm very funny. And I just want to say thank you, especially to Danny for having me, and for everybody that, especially the mom squad, Mama June and Jerry has been so good to me. And that's really it.
Hi, my name is Jasmine. I am one of the original Mom Squad members. My son Jalen and my husband June are part of the Biohazard team. The way I came across Biohazard was my husband and my son decided to just play rec ball, just for fun, something that they could do as a father-son duo. And I remember the one time they came home and they said, hey, we tried out for the team and we made it. So I was like, okay, new sport for me. I'm a baseball softball mom, so let's try it. We'll do it. We went to our first Mark 'em All tournament, and it was definitely different for me. I didn't know how to cheer. I didn't know how they win. But now we are here 2 years later, 2 divisions later, because they are now D5, the both of them. And I get excited for every tournament that approaches. The mom squad, we do everything that we can to support our boys, make sure that they have everything they need. We are the original pit crew for them, especially when they go out of prelims. And we've done that quite a few times, so it's very exciting for us to see our boys do as well as they do. I know that this past MVPS was a rough one for us, and we knew that going into that tournament that it was going to be rough for us, but they never lost hope. They stuck together as a team, and I think that is what I love about Biohazard, is the fact that they don't doubt each other. They don't, rank on each other for doing misplays. They build each other up. They're a brotherhood. Jalen, as he said in his previous statement, was a very shy kid when he came to the sport, and he has found in this team a brotherhood that I hope would last for a long time. I know that Jalen and Mark have plans to play paintball for UCF together, so hopefully Victor will jump on that bandwagon as well. But Danny and Amanda, I tell them all the time, I thank them for welcoming my boys as they did, because they are very family oriented, and I think that's what I gravitate towards, the fact that they treat my boys the way I want them to be treated. So, Biohazard team.